Everybody is freaking out. My news feed is full of people talking about all of the email platforms putting their prices up. Kajabi, 25% or $480 a year. Kit, 35% or about $100 a year. Keap, 25 to 50% increase. MailChimp, 17% increase. What can you do? Should you move platform? And which platform should you move onto? Let's talk about it. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're brand new around here, make sure you hit subscribe and like all those sort of good things, because if you like this kind of topical stuff, it'll mean that more email marketing advice shows up in your feed. That'll be amazing. And if you do like this type of content that I'm making, just let me know in the comments below. I'm still trying to figure out, still pretty early days for the channel, only a few months in, and I want to know what kind of content you want more of. So if you like this kind of stuff, let me know in the comments below, and I'll make more stuff like this that helps you out. So let's get into it. First of all, no one likes the cost of stuff going up. No one's ever gone into a store and gone, brilliant, that thing that I was going to buy last week has doubled in price. Awesome. Nobody wants that at all. But let's look at the reality of the situation. The reality is you have to do something to stop yourself from getting really emotionally raw and panicking and freaking out and putting up one of those big, long, bitchy, awful posts that we're seeing all over the social medias right now, right? Get down. This is how you stop yourself freaking out. This is how you let go of that negative bullshit that you're feeling inside of your mind. Here's how you do it. You look at not the percentage increase, not it's gone from here to here, but look at how much more is this monetarily gonna cost you per year. So it was costing you $1,000, now it's gonna cost you $1,200. It was costing you $5,000, it's now gonna cost you $10,000. What's the number? Forget about your morals. Forget about, not your morals, but forget about the moral situation. Oh, forget your morals. Go loose and fancy free. No, forget about the moralistic part of it of should they have put the price up. The truth is they have, for a whole bunch of reasons, right? They've put the price up. But here's the thing. You can't do anything about that. You really can do very, very little about that. What you can do is look at what you're going to do about it. And that's what we're going to talk about in this video. So how much is that? Is it going to cost you an extra $200 a year? An extra $500 a year? An extra $5,000? $10,000 or $100,000 a year? How much more money is this price going to cost you? Once you nail down that number, and let me just write it down, you can probably do that while you're watching this video. And once you've got that number and you're staring at it in black and white right in front of you, what you're able to do is this. You're able to look at it and decide and know for sure how many more sales, how many more clients is that. So if you have a $1,000 program and it's going to cost you $1,000 more per year to keep doing what you're doing, it's one extra sale a year. That is all it is. And I know, morally, ethically, emotionally, we're all like, but I shouldn't have to for the same thing. Forget that. That is the reality of what we're gonna do. We're gonna get into some more details about the platforms and stuff like that in a second. But before we go any further, one of the things we do want to be making sure we do is we optimize how much money we are making from our email platform. And so I've put together a brand new mini course to help you optimize that. And it's not for sale, it's for yours for free for being a viewer and listener to the email marketing show. I call it Email Marketing Sorted. You can go and access it completely for free right now by going to emailmarketingsorted.com, or you can scan the QR code that's on screen or click the link in the description if you're here with me on YouTube. So that's emailmarketingsorted.com. That's the exact process that I use, by the way, which took one of my offers from just over $27,000 to more than $500,000 of the same offer to the same audience. It's really about earning more from what you've already got, which I think is what we all need considering the price rises that are happening, okay? So go to emailmarketingsorted.com or use the QR code that's on screen and get access to that right now, instantly, totally free. You don't have to buy it, okay? Cool. So let's back it in the content here, because this is a really important thing, right? The cost of absolutely everything in our lives has gone up. The cost of Amazon Prime has gone up. You now have to pay extra if you don't want want ads. Was I pissed off and furious when that first happened? Yeah, of course I was. The cost of everything is going up, right? In the USA, the cost of living is like crazy high right now. There are cost increases across everything. In the UK, the price of my shopping that we go and do our weekly shop at the store and buy our groceries, that is costing a considerable, about 20% more than it was just a year or so ago. So it's no joke, all these costs are going up. What does that mean? It means that the cost for these companies to continue to run their company is going up. That's just the way it is. Not only that, because the costs are going up, it means they have to get investment from shareholders, from people who just put cash in order to build at the speed that you and I all expected to happen at. And when investors get involved and they put money in, what do investors want? They want more profits out. So for us to allow the technology to grow at the pace it needs to grow, these companies have to take on investment to satisfy what we expect from them, and that in turn drives the cost up because investors want their piece of the pie. Okay? Really important to understand why this is happening and how it is done indirectly to serve us, right? Because we want the growth. We're the people who are saying it needs to do this, it needs to do that, we expect this, it needs to keep up with modern technologies. And in order to do that, bunches and piles of money are having to be invested. So how do we actually get some cost savings here? Well, how can we save a bunch of money? Yes, you could jump platform. I'm going to talk about whether you should do that in a second and some recommendations of what you could do there. Let's talk about saving money. I'm shocked by how many people don't do what I'm about to share with you. So the first very basic thing you should be doing is getting the annual deal of your platform. You will usually save 2 months of the platform cost. You usually get 2 months for free when you sign up for an annual package. Immediate savings. In fact, if you're on a monthly plan right now and you're about to have your cost put up of your package and you switch to annual, you will probably save more by going to annual than the price increase that you're about to get going on. You're about to be forced into, okay? The second thing is, and this is one that nobody does, almost nobody does, and when I do it, I save a fortune. Contact your provider every year and renegotiate your deal. We used to do this every single year. So we used to use Infusionsoft, then it turned into Keap. We used to pay annually to get the best price, and then every year I was on the phone with our rep saying, what deal can you do for me this year? Can you give me some extra contacts for free? Can you up this rate? Can you do that? We can get price savings and we can get extra benefits. They can move you to a second plan, a side plan. With these platforms, there are almost never only the 3 or 4 deals or packages that you see on the website. They've always got some kind of other deals in the background that they offer to certain segments or for certain promotions, and they can often put together custom deals for you. So every single year, just before you're about to renew your annual package, because you're all going to be on your annual package, that's going to save you a bunch of money. Every single year, you should be in touch with your provider saying, what can you do for me? Sometimes they'll bring the cost down. Sometimes they'll just open up something for you. Oh, I'll give you this. I'm going to give you access to that. So you should absolutely be doing that. So now let's talk about moving platforms. Everybody's posting the news feeds. What are you moving to? Because Kajabi's done this, or Kit's done that, or ActiveCampaign have done that, or Keap. Like, everyone's doing it. Everyone's putting their price up for all the reasons that we now kind of know about. Do we understand? I don't know. Do we feel understanding about it? I don't know. But it's happening regardless, so we don't need to worry about that. So what are we moving to? Okay, well, the first thing I want you to think about, and whenever a client comes to me and they're thinking about moving platform, not just because of price, but because maybe they're pissed off with something their platform doesn't do or does do, the way they've been treated, a restriction within the platform, or they've just heard friends or people they're in the mastermind with talking about a different platform. They're saying, should I switch platform? Maybe it's email deliverability, which is a terrible reason to move platform, by the way. Discussion for another time, but never move platform for email deliverability. It's usually the least of your problems, to be quite honest with you. Almost never is the solution. So why do you want to move? Well, the first thing I want you to ask is, how much time, and this is what I always say to one-to-one clients when they're in my director's room mastermind that I host or in one of my other programs, I ask them, how much time will you have to take off from making sales? Because while you're moving platform, you cannot make sales for probably about a month while you warm up that IP address, get everything set up, and you don't dare mail from 2 places in case, because you can't manage unsubscribes in both places. It becomes very complicated. You're probably talking about at least a month to 2 months, just depending on the size of your list, where you cannot make sales, you cannot make offers. How much will that cost? And if a month of revenue for you is, let's just make a random number. Let's say it's 10 grand. Nice, easy number, right? Yours might be higher, might be lower, whatever. If it's 10 grand, how many years or how many months will it take you to save that 10 grand on this price increase? And if the answer is 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, okay, might be worth you switching. If it's 10 years, probably not worth you switching, okay? So think about that. How many sales will be lost? How much does it cost you to move platform? And of course, then you've got the whole, will you get the move correct? Will they put their price up? Because they're all putting their prices up, right? Not one of them has not put their price up in the last sort of 12 to 18 months, really, okay? Next, I want you to think about what are the actual opportunities in other platforms when you're looking at moving. What are the opportunities in those other platforms that could actually add value to your business that your current platform doesn't have? What are they? Because if you are going to move, it can't just be just for cost save. Usually, I want you to look at, okay, well, this other platform has this feature that my current one doesn't have. That's great, but don't get distracted. As I was talking to one of my mentoring clients, my coaching clients, just this week, I said to her, yes, we're going to have a cost savings, but also when you go with this new platform, is there anything in there which is going to be useful? Now, don't get too waylaid, don't get too attracted like a butterfly or whatever, like a moth, that's the word I'm looking for, to this flame. Make sure that the things that they're promising you are actually valuable to you. I'm not dissing that these new platforms with these new features might have great new features that are valuable in and of themselves, but are they valuable to you? But more importantly, are they valuable to your clients? Will they add value to your clients in two ways? One, will they help you to make more sales? And two, will it help you retain clients longer? If it does either of those things, and you can see it's actually going to do one of those things, then it's a good feature that you might want to add into the mix of that decision making when it comes to moving the platform. All right. And then I also want to talk about one final thing, and that is, how can you make more money from what you are already paying for? Whether you move platform or don't move platform, right? How can you make more money from what you pay for, right? Before I get into the details of that, no, in fact, I will just tell you this. All right. So look, one of the things people say to me is like, which platform should I go for? Like, it's easy to go, oh, like everybody's moving to Go High Level, or everyone's moving to this other platform. Here's the thing. Every platform has its quirks, right? So you might be expecting, because the platform that we happen to use in our business right now is Go High Level. That's awesome. We really like it. Is it perfect? No. Are any of the platforms perfect? No. And think about the pricing as well, right? So many of the platforms will say, this is the price, it's this many $100 a month. High Level might look inexpensive on the front, right? $97 a month for the basic plan, and off you go. But the truth is, that does not include sending emails. You have to pay and top up your email package on top of that, right? So you might spend a few $100s a month, including the sending of emails, which actually makes it very much comparable to the other solutions. So just make sure when you're looking at the pricing of these packages on these different platforms and products, what is included? Because some of them will say you get this many contacts, some of them will restrict the platform or your package by how many emails you can send per month, and some of them will include X number of emails and then charge you for emails sent beyond that amount. So make sure you have those things, as well as the features that they've got included, as the pricing. What is included within those prices? Sends, contacts, how does it affect your particular situation? So back to my point about actually ways to make more money from what you already pay for. So whether you actually go for a new platform or you stick with a platform that you've done, after you've done this little bit of analysis, get a little bit of spreadsheet on the go, a little Google sheet on the go, and just check out what your actual numbers will be for the type of business you've got, how many emails you send per week and per month, how many contacts you tend to have, the kind of programs and kind of emails you tend to send. Can it do those things? And now you've made the decision of whether you're going to stay or go, whichever platform you end up on, ask yourself, could you be making more from this? Your platform will send emails. Could you be doing something to make more money, more sales, more profit from your email list? Could you be doing some campaigns, some sequences of emails that retain your members for longer if you have a subscription or a membership program, which will make it more profitable? What could you be doing more? Is this an opportunity to get more focused, to get more strategic and saying, hey, I need to plan some good promotions every single month so that I am going to be paying more, but I'm going to use the heck out of this platform. I'm going to use it a lot. I hope you've enjoyed this. Let me know if you have in the comments below. If you're thinking, how do I craft a high profit email marketing plan to get more out of my email platform, regardless of the price? I made another great video about putting together your email marketing plan using a simple one-pager. I've put the link to it right here. I think you'll really get a lot out of that. I will see you in the next one.